You are watching the Sunday motivational video. 15 important choices you have to make in life. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Hello, Aluxers. How amazing has this week been, right? Congratulations for making it back for another Sunday video and taking time to invest in yourself. You're on the right track. Life is filled with crossroads, with moments where you decide who you want to become and which direction you want your life to take. All these moments are crucial in forming the person we end up being and the kind of life we end up living. The goal of this piece is to put you face to face with some of the decisions you'll have to make before you're forced to do so. Having the wisdom to think about these topics beforehand gives you an incredible unfair advantage in life. The type of advantage the older generation wished they had access to back when they were starting up. You're lucky like that. We want you to take notes to go down this list and take time to answer each question for yourself. The more detail you can provide in your answers, the better understanding you'll have of the person you wish to become. You are the sum of all the choices you'll make in life. Maybe it's time to start thinking about these things strategically in order to get you to where you want to be. With all that said, here are 15 incredibly important choices you'll have to make in life. Choice number 1. Would you rather deal with failure or the regret of not trying at all? We're all born with potential. Then we get shaped by our family, our education, by religion, and the values that are instilled within us. This molds people in different ways. Some cultures encourage risk-taking, while others are more conservative. The choice you'll have to make is, what are you more scared of, failure or regret? Failure is not something to joke around with because it can bring public humiliation. It can have repercussions on your livelihood, and you only get to fail so many times before you're unable to play the game anymore. But beyond failure is success, and you can't get to success if you're unable to face the risk of failure. Something we want you to think about is this: failure is temporary, but regret is permanent. You can always rise up after failure, learn from it, use it as a stepping stone to get yourself closer to success. But regret is something that will eat you from within. You will carry it with you until the very last day of your life. Which burden do you wish to carry? Choice number 2. Will you live the life you want or the life your parents want? We had to include this one because we're tired of hearing about how some people decide the fate of others, making them miserable and unhappy. Every person should choose the life they wish to live. Learn from people whom you respect, but don't let anyone dictate your life because it's not their life to live. Why the hell does it matter what your uncle thinks your life should be like? Why does it matter what that low-wage teacher thinks your major should be? Parents would gladly sacrifice happiness and fulfillment for the security of their children without realizing just how much damage they may be doing. You will die. You only get to do this once. Might as well give it a shot at making it the way you want it to be. There's this quote by Frank Zappa we always go back to on this particular issue that goes like this: if you end up with a boring, miserable life because you listen to your mom, your dad, your teacher, your priest, or some guy on television telling you how to do your shit, then you deserve it. Choice number 3. Would you rather spend your time growing or being entertained? This is a big choice you have to make every single day. What are you going to spend your time on today? Do you wish to be entertained, or do you wish to become more than you already are? This is important. No matter what you choose to do each day, do it deliberately. There's nothing wrong with choosing to be entertained as long as you know what you're doing and are willing to live with the outcome. Just the simple distinction of knowing about these two options is enough to aid you in improving your life. Ordinary people love entertainment. Extraordinary people love education. This is something that we've been struggling with for a while. In the West, something incredibly weird is happening to the masses. Celebrities and athletes are seen as people of importance and value. Because they have money, people worship them for their success. Life is built by builders, by scientists, by doctors, by farmers. Never in your life would you see a TV star, a football player, or any form of media personality for anything that's of actual value. Maybe it's time we got our priorities straight when it comes to who we attribute value to. Choice number 4. Would you rather enjoy the present or secure the future? Yet another difficult choice to make. The temptation of living in the moment is so big it's almost impossible not to give in. And there are many times in life when you should give in. But once again, you need to do it deliberately. Always consider the future expense you're paying. In life, you're always trading with the future. It's up to you to decide what kind of trades you want to make and what kind of ratio you want to maintain. If you only invest in the present, you'll find that the future isn't looking that bright. But postpone satisfaction until you're very old and you don't get to enjoy it. But there are ways to do both and win at this trade game. Do what they are not willing to do now, so you can enjoy the things they can't tomorrow. Choice number 5. Do you want to work for money or have money work for you? It was necessary that we talk about money when it comes to choices. Basically, there are 2 kinds of people out there. 1, some people who work for others. 2, some people who hire others to work for them. You can be happy and fulfilled in both situations. The first one comes with security and consistency, while the second one comes with a lot more stress and higher rewards. It all boils down to what kind of expectations you have for your life. Truth be told, nobody got rich working a 9 to 5. It's one of those choices that will define your work schedule, your relationships, your free time, and because of it, your entire life takes a different direction. Everyone wants to be rich, but not everyone is willing to work and sacrifice as much as rich people do. There's an entire playlist on our channel dedicated to this topic alone, and we have a feeling you're here because you lean more toward the second option. We recommended plenty of books in the past, but here's one we found incredibly valuable when we were starting out, especially if you're willing to build wealth in less than 10 years. It's called The Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco. It's a fabulous book that's not afraid to call bullshit on the likes of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or The 4-Hour Workweek, both being incredibly valuable books themselves. That's one of the main reasons we're recommending it here. So if you go to Alux.com/freebook and sign up, you can get the audiobook version of The Millionaire Fast Lane for free, courtesy of our friends at Audible, who've been a solid partner for this channel. Get the book and thank us later. Choice number 6. Do you want to be surrounded by winners or losers? Repeat after us. You are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. If your friends are poor, lazy, and unfulfilled, guess who's going to join them? Your inner circle has such a radical impact on the life you live, you only get to realize it once you escape it. The moment you disconnect and can focus on your growth, you'll start understanding just how unmotivated and boring your life really is. This works the other way around as well. If you're accepted by a group of like-minded people who are not afraid to fail, who are open to learning and investing in themselves, these people will spark something in you. You will not envy their success. It will inspire you to be better, to do more. At the end, it's a choice you have to make. When you think of you and your group, do you see yourselves winning or doing the same things you've done for the past 10 years? Choice number 7. Would you rather be tired or broke? If you watched last week's video on the rules of money and are a true Aluxer, you know this was the bonus part, and so many of you found it to be the thing you needed to make that decision, so we had to include it here as well. Everything you do in life will be balanced between these 2 options. Are you willing to learn and work for it, or can you live without it? It being whatever you desire in life, from successful business to your dream body to the social group and status you aspire to be a part of. It's all a matter of effort. Nobody's going to come to your door and offer you the life of your dreams on a platter. The theme of sacrifice is forever present in our videos, and for a good reason. Everything good requires you to sacrifice something in return. The bigger the sacrifice, the bigger the return. That's why both Thanos and Abraham were put in the position to sacrifice the thing they hold most valuable in order to obtain something that makes a difference. Want some cold hard motivational truth? If you want something and don't have it, you don't want it enough. Take a moment to ponder this quote until it becomes a part of who you are. Choice number 8. Do you want to stay in the city you were born or move somewhere else? The truth is, your location is one of the factors with the highest impact on your journey towards success. Although these days you can achieve success from anywhere in the world, the right location will greatly accelerate your journey and improve your odds of success. We've received plenty of messages from people in this very community that have decided to take the leap and relocate. Since it's a Sunday video, it's very likely you'll see people like Robert Welch and Haya Ahmed who made this a priority. Ahmed moved onto the other side of the world to Canada in order to pursue a better life after realizing it would take a lot longer to get it in his home country. And Robert now runs his business from all over the United States. These are just 2 of the many community members who've made big changes in their location to alter their odds of success. You can share the stories of your own personal journeys on Alux.com/question, or by sending it to us on Instagram @Alux or Twitter @Alux.com. Who knows? If you're an interesting example, we might include it in future videos. Until then, please remember, everything worthwhile happens outside of your comfort zone. Sometimes, the comfort zone is quite literally the city you're currently in. Choice number 9. Do you want to be the driver or the passenger in life? Once again, you're faced with this existential dilemma. There are 2 ways to live your life. 1, like everything is pre-written in your destiny, and you're just floating on a boat carried wherever the river takes you. Or 2, the world is chaos filled with unlimited potential. Nothing is set in stone, and you're the one writing every page. Depending on this choice and your view of life, things get more or less complicated. If you pick the first one, there's no need to struggle or push yourself, for your destiny has already been picked out at your birth. The second one has its downsides as well, because if your life is terrible, you're the only person to blame. You take complete ownership of it, the good and the bad. There's actually a great book called Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink that covers this topic perfectly. That same Alux.com/free book code will get you the audiobook for free thanks to Audible. When life is happening to you, you need to make a call. Are you going to shape the outcome yourself, or are you willing to let the dice roll and see how they fall? Choice number 10. Would you rather risk it all or play it safe? We found there are different character traits that influence the attitude one has toward life. Some people are calculated and never try to expose themselves to risk, while others embrace it, sometimes to their own detriment. Both choose to take action. Both want to end up at the same destination, which is usually happiness, personal fulfillment, and financial success. What's different, though, about these 2 is the road they take. The higher the risk, the shorter the distance to the destination. But don't imagine it's going to be an easy road. On the other hand, there's this beaten path, the one others have walked on before you and got to exactly the place you want to be. If you're smart about it, you'll study these people and prepare for the journey beforehand, based on their experience, their struggles, and difficulties. You might even find people who took the risky path and learn from them. Who you choose to mirror is up to you, depending on where you want to end up in life. The most important part is to make the choice of starting the journey. We know hundreds of people who say they want to be entrepreneurs and start businesses with dreams and goals, but all they do is read books and go to conferences, never taking any action. We call them wannapreneurs. They're the folks who are enamored with desires, but always make excuses when it comes to the first step. Wake up! You don't need to see the entire road to take the first step. It's mind-blowing to us with today's technology that people are not even trying things. There's never been a time when it was easier to start an online store, for example. If you go to Alux.com/sell and sign up, you can have your online store set up and running before the end of the day. You'll get access to the premium features to make that first step for the first 14 days for free. More than enough time to set up everything and generate your first sale, all thanks to our partnership with the great folks at Shopify. You can literally sell anything to anyone. You just have to make the choice yourself. Choice number 11. Are you ready to have children, or is it just something everybody around you is doing? There comes a point in your journey where you start thinking about kids. It's that weird period between 25 and 30 when the majority of your friends are having children, and there's this weird pressure from society to follow that same path. Here's where we stand on this issue. Do not bring a child into this world if you're not ready to be a parent. At the same time, if you do want kids, don't wait that long either, because the gap in age will make it even more difficult to connect with him or her later on, mainly because of the age gap and the difference in generations. If you have your first child at the age of 32, which is completely acceptable and normal these days, by the time they turn 18, you're 50. This kid will grow up with VR technology embedded in their contact lenses, connected to the cloud since they're born, spending time in virtual worlds with their friends. You're going to be just an old person, trying to tell them about the time you installed Snapchat and couldn't figure out how to use the interface. Choice number 12. Will you ignore the problem or deal with it? The monster under the bed, the dragon hiding in the closet, and the elephant in the room. We found you should never postpone dealing with a problem if you have the ability to fix it right now, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. The more you ignore it, the bigger it grows and the more damage it can cause. Be frank about it and deal with it. People wish that if they ignore it, maybe the problem would just go away, but it doesn't. Ignorance is expensive. If you ignore the cavity in your teeth, you'll soon have to pay for an implant. Don't pay your bills on time? Pay the penalties as well. Ignorance demands interest. And speaking of expensive things, choice number 13. Is the person you're with the life partner you need? Guess what? Statistically speaking, nope. I know what you're thinking. Your case is different. You're special. But you know why we love numbers so damn much? It's because they don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your delusions. Numbers don't lie. And here's what the numbers say. Divorce numbers are on the rise, and fewer people are getting married. Statistically speaking, the average marriage in the United States only lasts 8.2 years, with a national divorce rate of 41%. Things are pretty similar in the rest of the developed world as well, with 35% being widely accepted as a fair ratio globally, which means 1 in 3 marriages will statistically end up in divorce. The partner you have alongside of you will shape the direction you're heading in. Think of you two in a boat, each holding a paddle. If you two aren't in sync, you're not moving forward. Choice number 14. Do you want to serve yourself or serve others? Here's a moral dilemma for you. What drives your existence? When you're on your deathbed and it's time for you to leave this world, did you take more than you gave? What are you leaving behind? How many lives did you change? How many people are better off because you happened to come into existence? We've pondered about this question quite a lot, and here's what we found. It isn't a simple yes or no answer, it's actually a mix of both. The first half of your life, serve yourself and do it as well as you can. Become the most valuable version of yourself you can become. Grow, evolve, be as successful as you can be. Then, in the second half of your life, share that wealth, that knowledge with as many people as you can. This doesn't mean giving your wealth away to charity, although there is a case to be made for the giving pledge many billionaires have joined. Winning is about the positive change you can have in this world. Choice number 15. Are you living or just surviving? It saddens us to see people going through life without enjoying the beauty and pleasures available. Life is not about just paying bills, dieting, and then dying. We did our best to showcase the most incredible aspects of what being alive is. The mission of Alux has always been to make luxury and fine living available to as many people as possible. This is why we created this platform, to showcase just how amazing life can be and give you guys these tools which you can use to maybe, just maybe, live a better life. If you go through this entire list of choices and face them truthfully, you'll realize just how much of your life is under your control. Just by the virtue of watching this video alone, you have access to the tools and knowledge to change your life for the better, to start living. Go through this list again and figure out the choices you've made that are holding you back and make it a priority for you to start correcting them. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best is right now. Out of the things we mentioned on this list, which choice will you address immediately? Write it down in the comments because this helps materialize your choice. We'll be joining in the conversation as we always do, so keep an eye out for our replies. And of course, as a thank you for watching this video until the end, here's a bonus choice you need to make. Choice number 16. What are you going to do after this video ends? With every Sunday video, you get this rush of motivation, this new insight, this new attitude towards life. But will it materialize in the real world, or is it just something you do for semi-entertainment purposes? None of this advice will work unless you work yourself. When you're sitting alone in your room focusing on the things that you're lacking in life, you have the power to change them. Maybe not remove them completely from your life, but get life to be less shitty than it already is. Start small. Start with the choices on this list and make the smallest progress you can today. Then do it again tomorrow. Do this enough times and you'll see that life starts to be a lot better, more enjoyable, and more rewarding. We bring you these weekly videos to help keep you in check. Our trend series has been beyond amazing. The personal stories you see every Monday are filled with golden nuggets, which are waiting for you to take and implement. If you're ready to make the right calls, please write choices in the comments alongside your answer to today's question. We really hope you'll have an amazing and productive week moving forward, and we want to take this opportunity to congratulate you on the investment you've made today in yourself. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos for you to watch next. As always, the conversation continues on social media. Thanks again, and we can't wait to have you back tomorrow.